Hi guys, welcome to class. In this class we're going to continue with the topic we were just having. So we were talking about routines, daily routines, and we will continue with this topic and just find out about each other's lives, things like this, and practice using some new words, some new vocabulary. It's designed for beginners, but everyone is welcome, and we will adapt to your level, okay? So don't worry, just join in, and we'll have a good conversation. So, Jocelyn is here.
Hello, teacher.
Long time no see.
Yes, yesterday.
Good to see you again, Jocelyn. And I remember you are from the north of France, I think. Normandy. Is it
yes,
Normandy?
Normandy.
Perfect. Welcome, Jocelyn. Good to speak with you again. Nice to speak with you again. And Andrew is back.
Hey, Martin, what's up?
Good to speak with you again. You're back, and Nihan is back.
Hi again.
Good to speak with you again. And Rosanna.
Hi everyone, I'm here now.
Hi Rosanna again.
Good to speak with you again.
Hi,
Good to see some regular faces, and also Jocelyn. Okay, so we're going to now talk about. We're going to continue. So with this, I'll send you the article, the documents again, so you can open these. We're going to continue with the texts and things like this. Okay. So sorry, Jocelyn, I've got you on the main screen. Okay, in that case, there's the first one. I'll share my screen so everyone can access this. So we got to, in the previous session, Jocelyn, you weren't there, but we were talking about to wake up, to get up, okay? And for someone to wake you up. So I'm just going to ask, Jocelyn,
Yes.
what time do you get up and what time do you wake up?
I get up. It depends if I work or not. No. When I work, I get up 6 o'clock. If I don't work, I get up 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock. So it depends if it's a work day or if it's a the weekend or whatever. So it depends. But normally between 6 and 8. And
Yes.
do you get up straight away, Jocelyn? In the last class, we were talking about the difference between to wake up and to get up.
Wake up.
To wake up and to get up.
I don't know.
No worries.
No way.
Rosanna, please could you explain to Jocelyn quickly the difference between to wake up and to get up?
I think wake up is when you stop sleeping, and you say get up when you get out of your bed. Is correct, teacher?
Yeah. So you wake up when you stop sleeping, Jocelyn, but you get up when you kind of stand out of your bed, yeah? You understand?
Okay.
So is there a difference with you, or do you wake up at the same time as the time you get up?
As I wake up, I get up immediately.
You wake up, you get up immediately as you wake up, okay?
I don't stay in the bed.
Okay, you wake up straight away, you've got energy, perfect. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so that's good. So we're going to continue now, and yeah, we'll see where we get to. So, in the evenings, I go to bed. Let's go from here. Someone read this in the last class, so I'll just go over this, then I'll get someone else to read. So, I go to bed about 10:30 p.m. and usually go to sleep straight away. So to go to bed and to go to sleep is a bit like to wake up and to get up, okay? So to go to bed and to go to sleep. Yeah. To go to bed, you're going to the bed and who knows what happens next. Yeah, you could do something before you sleep. Yeah, read, whatever. Yeah, anything. Yeah, so you go to bed, but then you go to sleep. Difference. So let's ask Andrew. What time do you go to bed and what time do you go to sleep?
Depends on much.
What does it depend on?
It depends on, for example, on holidays. Yeah, not sorry, not holidays. On weekends, I go to bed at 3 or 4 in the morning. You know, but in work days, I go to bed about midnight.
Yeah, so it depends. So you go to bed at this time, and how long do you need before you go to sleep?
You mean how much time do I need to fall asleep or what?
Yeah, to fall asleep. So do you go to sleep as soon as you go to bed?
Yes.
You generally speaking. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Jocelyn, what about you? Do you manage to sleep as soon as you hit the sack? So to hit the sack is an expression to mean to go to bed.
I don't know this expression.
No worries. To hit the sack just means to go to bed. So do you manage to go to sleep as soon as you hit the sack?
I don't understand.
So for example, I go to bed, depends, yeah? So maybe 12:30 or 1 o'clock. But I then go to sleep maybe half an hour later or 20 minutes later.
Okay. When I go to the bed, I sleep immediately.
Yeah, so you go to sleep, you fall asleep, you fall into a deep sleep. Okay, so for you it's no problem. Niham, what about you? Do you go to sleep at the same time you hit the sack, or you go to bed?
Yeah. I go to sleep and to hit the sack because I'm quite exhausted. I'm quite tired. I sleep immediately.
Okay, so you can sleep quite well, yeah? You can zonk out or something you can say, yeah? So okay, and Rosanna, what about you?
Me too, teacher. I sleep very fast before, after I go to my bed. It's very fast, almost immediately, I think.
Okay, so you can zone out completely. You can just go to sleep straight away. No one has any problems with this. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so in that case, let's go into the next one. So that was to go to bed and to go to sleep. And this person usually goes to sleep straight away, like you said, meaning they don't lie in bed. They just go to sleep instantly, straight away. Do you know this? Straight away, guys.
Yeah.
And Mocha is wanting to join the class. All you need to do is press, as Alice advised, there's a button that says join class. All you need to do is press this button. And Tanya says, I miss it when it just said join class. Yes, that's interesting. Okay, so to do something straight away without delay, you just do it. Yeah? Let's get started straight away. Let's not waste time. Let's just do it now. I go to bed straight away. I go to bed now, not in 10 minutes. Okay?
Immediately, yeah?
Immediately. Cool. So let's see. So that's straight away. Let's go to the next one. If I have a late night, I try to have a sleep in the afternoon when I get home from college. To have a sleep rather than just to sleep. So to have a sleep, or you can also say, yeah, there's other words for this. So there's a nap or a kip. In Spain, they call it maybe siesta. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's siesta. So that's a nap or a kip. Or 40 winks. This is what my family used to say to me. I'll have 40 winks. So 40 winks, I guess. I don't know what it means. It just means to sleep, but I guess you just, yeah, enough to blink 40 times, but nothing else. So that's 40 winks. These are other ways of saying to have a small sleep in the afternoon. Yeah, to have a small miniature sleep, like a siesta, I guess. Yeah, but it's not so common to nap, to kip, to have 40 winks. I'm going for some 40 winks now. You can say this kind of thing. Okay, does anyone do this in the afternoons? Does anyone have 40 winks? Does anyone kip in the afternoon? Rosanna?
Sorry, I
Do
can't
you
hear.
kip in the afternoons? Or do you ever kip?
No, I don't ever keep at that afternoon. Normally, I'm work in the afternoons.
So normally you wouldn't have time to kip. You would normally, yeah, so that's interesting. So it's difficult now if you don't have time, if people don't have time. But traditionally, maybe people would have kipped a little bit or napped a little bit. But now definitely not. Okay, Abdul is there.
I guess he's struggling with his webcam.
No worries, no worries. So Abdul, we can't hear you just yet, but we'll give you some time.
Hello?
Yes, good.
Yeah, so I just joined this class, so I don't know what's going on, but maybe you're talking about some cooking in the afternoon.
Yep, so we're talking about routines, daily routines, and one thing that some people do, for example in the afternoons or indeed at any other period of time of the day, is to take a nap. So this is where it's like a small sleep. So you sleep maybe for 20 minutes, you have a nap, afternoon nap, or a kip. Or another word for this is 40 winks. Yeah, so to take 40 winks, to have 40 winks. So Abdul, in the afternoons, do you ever sleep a little bit, have a small miniature sleep?
Nowadays, I don't think so because I work a lot in my office, so I don't have much time to sleep.
Yeah.
So that's why I just used to work hard all the time.
So Andrew says he doesn't take a nap, but would anyone like to nap more than they do now? As in maybe to sleep little but often, rather than a big block. Would anyone like this away? So would anyone like to take more naps?
Yeah. I'm a very lazy
Yeah, of
person.
course.
Maybe not afternoon, but at the evening I take a nap. But it's a very long nap, 3 hours maybe.
Okay, so you'd nap for around 3 hours or so, but that would be normal. And for you, yeah, who said?
Sorry, but I think about this is a common cultural costume, isn't it?
To take a nap?
Yeah.
Okay, so to take a nap is usually, it's not really a big cultural thing in our country, but I know in Spain that it was traditional, yeah, to take a siesta. It's not so much like this, but lots of people do take a nap, just if they're tired in the afternoon. They'll maybe sleep for 10 minutes, they put their head on the desk, yeah? I've heard that this is popular in Japan, to do this in the middle of the day, just put your head down and just sleep, and it looks quite funny if you're not used to this. But in the UK it's not so traditional, but it happens, yeah? We'd say to take a nap. It's just a small sleep.
But in Spain, I think it's forbidden because of the economic crisis.
It could be, I'm not sure, but I know that maybe now because of the internet, maybe it's not so popular in terms of culture and stuff. But when I went a couple of weeks ago to Spain, lots of shops closed for like 3 hours or 4 hours in the afternoon, and for me it was quite strange, yeah. But they would open late, so the shops would open till 9 o'clock. But I saw that they closed between like 2 and maybe 5 o'clock, yeah, things like that. I found that quite unusual, but that's interesting.
Was it very hot in Spain?
Yeah, it was quite hot. I was in the south. It was quite hot.
Siesta is relating to hot weather, you know.
So we have no excuse in the UK, yeah, to take a nap. We just we need to take a nap because the rain makes us tired.
No way.
Could be. Okay. Tanya, I'm inviting my friends. I'm not sure what's the difference. Okay, this is a point, guys. I don't know if you know about this. I'm sure you know now. But to get tickets for free, I think you can just invite friends. And when they sign up or something, you get free tickets. Yeah? It's a way of getting free tickets so you don't have to pay for them. Yeah, I think that's a way. If you know lots of people learning English and things. Just to answer Alice's point. Okay, so who would like to take more naps? So Nihan would. Andrew wouldn't. Jocelyn, would you like to nap more?
I don't like to take a nap because if I nap, I sleep all the afternoon.
Okay, all the afternoon. So the thing is, once you're out like a light, and you can't wake up again. So that's it. Yeah, you're finished. Okay, so that's true. It's difficult to, and also I don't know if you have this problem if you wake up, not being able to get back to sleep again. So I have this if I wake up at 4 o'clock, which is very, very rarely. It's not the problem getting to sleep, it's the problem of getting back to sleep. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so anyway, if I have a late night, so a late night is what? I think it's self-explanatory, but Abdul, what is a late night?
Late night means after midnight, if you are not able to sleep like at 2 a.m., 1 a.m. after midnight. I think it's called late night.
Yeah, it's a particularly late night. So if you normally go to bed at 11, a late night for you would be going to bed at 12. Equally, for example, if you go to bed at 1 o'clock, it's just later than normal. So to go to bed later than usual, you're perfect, Andrew. So if you have a late night, usually I don't know if you're going to a party or you're meeting friends, this can turn into a late night. So Andrew, do you have a regular time that you go to sleep? Do you have a regular time where you hit the sack, or does it vary? It varies when you wake up.
As I already said, I try to go to bed usually at the same time, but on weekends I can go to bed later than usually.
Okay. So weekends you will go to bed later, but the weekdays not possible. Okay, let's go to the next one in that case. To have a late night is just to sleep later than normal. Any times, guys, that you have any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll answer them. Yeah, so don't worry if you're not quite sure. But I think this is quite self-explanatory. I tried to have a sleep. We talked about that's to have a nap. Okay, so who would like to read the next section from where it says food? Who would like to read this out loud, please? Or I will choose. This is fun. Okay. Let's ask. Yeah, Abdul, why not?
Actually, I don't have the link with me, so could you please give me? Then I'll definitely do.
No worries. Okay, so I'll put it in the Verbling chat. Can you see it on the Verbling chat, or should I put it in the Google chat?
Yes, I have this one. Just
Cool.
wait a minute. Let me open it. Yes,
Okay. No worries. So just from food, the kind of second paragraph.
Yeah, it's not open, but it's unclear.
I can read.
Okay, in the meantime, we'll get you to do the next bit, Abdul, actually. That's a good idea.
Oh, thanks.
So we'll get Nihan to read first, and then we'll come back to you. So then we'll just go.
I have coffee and cereal for breakfast. Then I have a light lunch, maybe a sandwich and an apple and a snack in the afternoon. We have our main meal in the evening. If mom's late home from work, she doesn't bother to cook. We just get a takeaway instead. One of us has to feed the cat as well.
That links to what? Who was it? Oh, the guy that was in the last class. To feed, yeah. So to feed the cat, to feed the dog, to feed the children.
Alexei.
Yeah, it was Alexei. Is he still here? No, he's gone. Alexei, yeah, he was saying this as well with his cat. Okay, so that's cool. So I have coffee and cereal for breakfast. You all know what cereal is. It's very, very popular.
Yeah.
The most common breakfast, I'd say, because it's quick, it's easy, and you know. Now, do you know cereal was invented to make breakfast quick? Because in the UK, people would traditionally would cook their breakfast, would cook eggs, maybe would have bacon and things like this. Now people became lazier, so they introduced cereal to make it quicker. And also, what's happening now, I've noticed in the UK and also some other countries. I'm not sure if you have these, but they're making cereal biscuits, not cereal bars, but cereal biscuits. So they add milk and the cereal to one biscuit, so you don't even need to prepare the cereal. So people are getting lazier and now are eating this kind of cereal biscuits rather than pouring the milk into the cereal. And they're eating them on the go. Guys, do most people in your country, do you think, eat breakfast and would eat cereal? Or what? Do most people miss breakfast? Rosanna? Do most people eat breakfast in your country?
Okay, in my country, normally the people eat milk and some bread in the morning. It's very strange for us to eat bacon on eggs, scrambled eggs or eggs, and salt is very strange in here. Normally the people eat only milk and coffee and a little bread.
Okay, so normally this is the traditional breakfast. Now people don't usually. Well, lots of people. I would eat this when I'm in the UK. I'd eat this maybe most weekends, but in the weekday certainly not, because it's too much effort, and also people don't need the food anymore. Before, people in the UK did lots of manual jobs, so working in the mines, working on the farms, doing kind of lots of physical work. Now, you know, people work in offices and don't need the food like this for energy. This was just for energy in the past, so people eat lighter breakfasts, yeah, so not so heavy. So what is a typical breakfast then in your country, Rosanna?
The common is cereal.
Would be milk and bread.
Yes, and the cereal too, but not about the eggs or bacon. It's not common here because my country is very hot. In the morning, the people normally eat light food.
Yeah. You don't want to eat the heavy, fatty, oily food, yeah, like we eat, yeah, because it's quite rainy, so it's okay. It depends on the weather, yeah. So Nihan, what about you? Do you miss breakfast? Do you eat breakfast regularly? And what would you say most people eat nowadays in your country?
I missed breakfast, but what did you say? 11s or 11s? Yeah. In my country, simit, a traditional breakfast. I just posted the link to the chat box, and with black tea and a piece of cheese. It's very common and it's very delicious. You should try. Nice. Yeah.
So what does it taste of?
And it's not sweet, but it's not very, very salty. It should be fresh and just come to the oven. But you cannot prepare it at home. It's a special way to prepare it. And all of the streets, everywhere, how can I say, the sellers sell that kind of things. It's called simit in Turkey. It's very common. It's very delicious.
I can imagine, yeah. So it looks really good. So it looked at first I thought it was like a bagel, yeah. So in America they have these kind of bagel stuff, but it's not. I don't think it's the same. Here's a bagel, and this has become popular in the UK, but it's traditionally like a New York thing, American thing, I think. But to eat these kind of things is becoming more popular, but it's still not as American. But I don't know if it's like a bagel.
No.
It looks,
Yeah.
looks
Because I guess bagels is more sweet. How can I say? Sweet dough, sweet paste. But the cement is different.
okay. So it's not so sweet. And they put things like in New York when I was there. They put things like blueberry on bagels and cream cheese and blueberry. And for me at first, I
Yeah,
thought
yeah. It's
it's
very
like what?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Cream
breakfast?
cheese. Yeah, yeah.
But it's not the same in Turkey. Yeah, so it's a bit different. That's cool. And Jocelyn, what do you say in France? Okay, that's an easy one. Yeah, croissant, pain au chocolat, all this kind of stuff. You know, that's common in the UK to eat French breakfast, if you even eat this. So we'd normally eat croissants, things like this.
In my country, the most people for the breakfast, I eat a good French sticker with salt butter,
Yeah.
with marmalade, and more the croissant.
Yeah. So this is popular as well in the UK. In my family, we normally eat things like this because we can't be bothered to prepare. Even to prepare cereal is an effort. Yeah. If you get the croissant, you can just open the packet and eat it. Yeah. So in my family, we'd usually eat like French pastries, things like this for breakfast. Yeah. So that's a common thing. And it's also because we're close to France. Yeah. So the south of the UK is close to. It's not too far. So it's shipped sometimes even from France. So that's okay. Okay. So Abdul, what about you? Would you eat something like what we described for breakfast, or would you eat something else?
Normally in my country, we normally don't take heavy food. We like to have a glass of milk and maybe a cup of coffee or tea with sometimes if you have time before go to the office or college anywhere. So couple of sandwiches. So it's very normal in our country.
Okay, so to eat something that's quite quick. Does anyone come from a country where they spend a long time eating breakfast? I don't know. It's like a tradition, or traditionally you would have to eat the breakfast with the family, or you'd have to do certain traditions. We don't, yeah. We just grab it and
Maybe
in a rush.
weekends
Weekends, yeah, things like this. Sunday mornings, things like that. Is
or
usually...
holidays. It's
Yeah.
very traditional.
Okay, yeah, so only on special occasions. Okay, so let's go on. I have coffee and cereal for breakfast, then have a light lunch. What kind of food would a light lunch consist of? What kind of would be considered? What could be considered to be a light lunch? What would you say, Rosanna? So a light lunch. You said in your country people eat a light breakfast, but what kind of foods could you eat that would be a light lunch?
In the lunch, the people normally eat rice, beans, and all kind of meat, and French fries too. Is the most popular meal.
For lunch and things, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and what do you say, Nihan, to this?
Maybe a soup and salads.
Soup and salad. In UK, it's mainly sandwiches. So mainly would eat a sandwich. But Jocelyn, what would you say in France? A baguette, yeah.
In my country, there is not a lunch. We have three meals: the breakfast, the meal at midday, the meal in the evening.
Okay, so the midday meal. What would you eat then? So what kind of foods would you eat?
The evening.
Yeah, no, in the midday. So,
Midday,
yeah.
midday, the normal meal, one starter, after a fish or a pork, beef, and the dessert.
Okay,
Ice
so quite a nice
cream,
lunch.
No.
It's quite nice, yeah. The meal that you eat, and yeah, maybe we prefer to eat French food, yeah.
It's not like the meal. Huh? No.
Okay, yeah, so it's just like a snack. But a lot of people, because where I live in the UK, there's a ferry port to France, and sometimes it can be very, very cheap to go for the day to France. And what people do is quite common, is that they get on the ferry in the morning, they go to France, go to some markets and stuff, and eat, just to eat lunch. And then they come back, because there can be really, really good prices sometimes with this, especially if they live near the ferry port. I don't think many French people come the other way round to eat lunch in the UK, yeah? But I don't know, we go often to northern France and stuff like that to have lunch. If the prices are good, yeah? So usually, I don't know, sometimes you can get a good deal, like maybe £10 to get to France and back, sometimes. Yeah, so it's quite good. Okay, so Bülent has joined us.
Not so long. Bülent.
Bülent. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll come back. We'll wait for it to load and stuff. But anyway, okay, that's that. Let's go on. So a light lunch would be something that's not so heavy. So I would say maybe soup is a light lunch. If you eat a steak and chips, that's kind of like a heavy lunch. A salad would be a light lunch. Yeah, so normally we'd eat sandwiches, yeah, which I guess you know. But this would be what we would eat for lunch. This is just standard, yeah. Not particularly interesting. I mean, these look interesting, but the way we have this is just really boring, yeah. So usually a ham sandwich, like this, yeah. This is more like what we would eat. So not particularly interesting. Just dry bread and a bit of meat. Okay. Does anyone eat sandwiches? Are they popular in their countries? In your countries?
Yeah.
So is it common?
Yeah.
And
If you're lazy, yes, it's very common.
so this is our normal lunch. But you're saying in your country, in Turkey, it's a lazy lunch. Maybe the British are just lazy. That's cool. Okay, Andrew, what about you? Do you ever eat sandwiches?
Yeah, Martin, you're talking about a light lunch. Yeah, you know, but I'd like to say that there is no such things in Russian light lunch.
Yeah.
Also, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You wouldn't have like. By the way, a light lunch is it's not an additional lunch. It's just a lunch that's maybe not so heavy. Something like if it's hot, eating a salad, yeah, or if something that's not so yeah in your stomach, yeah, things like this. Yeah, so that's a light lunch.
Yeah.
Something like a soup,
Yeah.
not like a steak.
Mm-hmm.
So do you or would you say your food, because British food is quite heavy, yeah? So I don't know about Russian food. Is it usually quite heavy?
Yeah. Usually, Russian food is quite heavy because Russia is a cold country, and we need lots of energy just to do our I don't know, work and something like that. And
To get on, yeah? And I would say that's the same in the UK. We'd eat traditionally heavier foods, yeah, than maybe some European countries, some southern European countries and stuff. But yeah, that's cool. So a light lunch is just something that maybe is healthy. And usually people do this if they're on a diet. They would have a light lunch, like a salad. Yeah, so usually, like Daniel said, yeah, so not necessarily just a girlfriend, but lots of girls in the UK are paranoid about their weight, their figure, probably like everywhere in every country. So they would tend to opt for a light lunch, something that maybe won't make them fat. Yeah, this kind of attitude, I'd say. But Bülent, can you hear us? No, yeah, we can't hear you, but we'll come back. Okay, so what do you prefer to eat at lunchtime? A light lunch or a heavy lunch, Rosanna?
I prefer light lunch. But,
Okay, you
I'm
prefer
very fat now. It's my health food.
So things like this, it would be a light lunch, yeah? So lots of vegetables, not so much potato, I guess, not so heavy. Yes, this kind of
As
food.
a salad or a fruit, it's light. It's,
Yeah.
yes.
Things like this would be a light lunch. And actually, I remembered now. There's a brand, John West, and this is a tuna brand in the UK, and they have a product called Light Lunch. So it's just instant food that you can eat, and it's quite healthy. Yeah. So like here's Mediterranean style tuna salad, this kind of stuff. Yes, that would be considered a light lunch. Nothing too heavy. But you would normally prefer a light lunch because of your health and things like this. Nihan.
Yeah.
Do you prefer light lunch or heavy lunch?
I prefer heavy lunch, but I don't have time to eat long way. I prefer heavy dinner. I prefer heavy breakfast. But
Heavy food.
yeah, heavy food. I
Welcome
like
to
it.
England.
But I'm living in a seaside, and the weather is very well here, and we don't need a lot of energy, and we eat light foods in that part of the Turkey. But I like carbohydrates and that kind of things, but I don't eat it.
Okay, yeah. So you prefer generally heavy lunches though, rather than light food. Jocelyn, what about you? French lunches, I guess, are quite light. Yeah. So what we imagine, do people prefer, or do you prefer a light lunch or a heavy lunch?
I prefer heavy lunch, heavy meal, because if I eat a light meal, some hours after I eat.
Okay, so you're finding if you eat something lighter, it's false economy. You're thinking, yeah, I'm going on a diet, but then later you're thinking, there's a cake right now. I'm hungry. I'll eat the cake. Yeah, and maybe it's better to eat the heavy food. Okay, it's cool. Roulent, can we hear you? Okay, just check your mic settings. Okay, just check here to see if it's muted. It could be that that your microphone is muted.
Bülent, bizi duyabiliyor musun? Duyabiliyorsan chat'e yazar mısın? Go on, Martin.
Cheers for that. No, cheers. Yeah, so this is cool. Okay, Andrew, what about you? You'd choose a heavy lunch over a light lunch, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I prefer heavy lunch to light lunch. I think all men prefer that.
Something meaty, something, yeah, this kind of thing. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so Andrew, what would be a typical lunch in your country?
What's particular lunch? What's particular food for lunch or what?
Yeah, can you name a particular lunch in your country? Something that you particularly like?
No, it prefers or it depends on people's preferences. But as for me, I prefer cabbage soup like the first meal for lunch, and maybe some meat plus pasta.
Okay, something like this. I'm hungry now. Okay, so let's go on. We shouldn't talk about lunch at lunchtime when I haven't eaten lunch. It's
Martin, what would you prefer?
Heavy, yeah. So normally it would depend. So for breakfast, I mean, I struggle to eat breakfast in the morning.
You are very fit. We can
You're
see
very
you.
thin, yeah.
Yeah.
So normally, yeah, but the thing is, I don't know, yeah. So I eat quite a lot, but I somehow doesn't put on too much, yeah. But the thing is, in the morning I struggle to eat when I first wake up. So normally, for example, I have like 3 classes in the morning, whatever. Then I'd eat breakfast. Then I would then I'd have lunch. So I'd usually eat quite late, yeah. But for dinner, usually I'd eat something like pasta, fish, meat, stuff like this, yeah. So it depends.
It's about metabolism. You're
I don't
young
know,
and
I don't know.
10 years later, you
Okay,
cannot eat a
yeah.
lot.
10 years later, it'll be bleh. Cool.
Yeah.
I look forward to
True, it's true.
it. We'll see. Yeah, 10 years later on Burbling, you'll see, you're like, yeah, Martin, we told you, yeah? So eat a lighter lunch. We'll see. Okay, let's go. So your main meal then, the next word, maybe a sandwich, an apple, and a snack in the afternoon. A snack is just something you eat between meals. So, for example, here's my snack. Andrew will be very, very pleased with me. I'm sure. I'll just share my webcam. Look, do you know this?
Yeah. What is this?
Andrew, this is Russian.
Yeah,
It says it's Russian.
it's called пряники in
Yeah.
Russian.
And I really like this, yeah. So that's always on my desk. So sometimes yeah. Okay, so that's planiki. That's really good. Yeah. So things like that you can eat. But Andrew, do you actually eat this?
Yeah, sometimes I buy it and eat it.
It's just being sold to random Europeans. Yeah, like yeah, eat this. This is good. Yeah, something like that. Okay, it's cool. Okay, let's. And does anyone snack? So there's a problem sometimes that people snack too much, like eat too much chocolate in between food. Do you guys eat your main food, or do you snack as well? So, Rosanna, do you ever snack?
I think the snacks is it's no good for health, but it's necessary when you don't have time to eat more healthy food.
Okay, yeah. So it's about the time. If you're in a rush, you'd eat maybe food that's not so healthy.
It's not the best, but it is necessary.
You need to eat something, yeah. Cool. Nihan, what about you? Do you snack?
Is it count fruits as a snack?
Yeah, but it's a boring snack. No. Anyway,
No, I eat, for example, one apple at the afternoon, or maybe some crackers.
yeah, that would be a snack. All this would be a
But
snack.
I don't like chocolate or candies, that kind of things.
Yeah, it's not necessarily unhealthy things, but things like crackers, stuff that would be a snack, just
Yeah.
in food. Yeah, so
Yeah. I always eat at the afternoon that kind of snacks. If I don't eat, I cannot work.
okay, yeah. So if you don't eat, you can't move, you can't do anything. But Jocelyn, do you snack much?
Yes, I like to eat snack.
And some
Sometimes.
people,
Sometimes.
every now and then, you can say every now and then. But some people, they snack and they like to graze, what we call grazing. Yeah. So grazing is where they like to eat small amounts of food, but often, meaning not 3 meals a day, but maybe 6 kind of different types of food, smaller portions, but often. So, does anyone do this? Yeah. Does anyone graze?
Ooh.
I really want to speak one day with Alpha. Alpha, please speak to me one day.
No way.
Alpha is like the mystery. Has anyone else spoken to Alpha before?
No, I didn't hear his voice, but some of the teachers and some of students heard it. They said it. It's not a mystery. It's a style, but I don't know why.
Okay, it's interesting.
What's
yeah?
the last word you use? Grease?
To graze, to graze. I'll write this down.
Could you please write it? Graze. What's the meaning of graze?
Graze. So to graze, this means basically to eat like a cow. Yeah, as in a cow spends all day eating grass. Yeah, they don't have 3 meals of grass a day. They just eat when they're hungry throughout the day. So it's like to eat like a cow. Not to say you're big like a cow or whatever, but it's to eat throughout the day. To not necessarily to chew, but for example, eat when you're hungry. If you're hungry, you won't wait. Okay, I'm having lunch in an hour. You say, okay, I'll eat something now. I'll eat an apple, or I'll eat a piece of cheese, or something like this. You eat regularly throughout the day when you're hungry. Like a cow doesn't say, right, it's 6 o'clock, now I should sit down for dinner. It just said, yeah, I fancy a bit of grass. I'm going to eat a bit of grass. Yeah?
Teacher?
Yes, please.
Teacher?
Yes, please. Hello?
The junk food isn't the same and the snacks.
Usually refer to any food that you eat that's not your main meal, but usually it's unhealthy food. Usually it's like a chocolate bar as a snack, but crackers and stuff is also a snack. It's food in between your main meals. So not necessarily bad food, but just not the main food. Yeah, this people say it is harmful though, because if you snack, you put on weight. Yeah, things like this. That's what they say. But generally speaking, it's not. If you eat an apple, what's an apple going to do? You know, it's not going to cause you to have a heart attack. Yeah. So that's the thing. So to graze is like a cow, where you eat when you're hungry. Eat little and often. Okay. Does anyone do this?
Yeah, I eat small amounts, but not
And often.
unhealthy foods. It's very important for your metabolism. If you eat and fruit, then 2 hours later you can eat some kind of nuts, and 2 hours later you can eat cracker. That kind of eating is healthy.
Yeah.
It works with your metabolism.
Yeah, it depends on how quickly you burn the food.
But
Okay,
not
so
chocolate.
yeah, it's a chocolate, unfortunately. So that's to snack. We have our main meal. The main meal is the food where you eat the meal which has the most food. Usually dinner, but I know in some European countries, when I say the UK is Europe as well, yeah. But when I say European countries, I'm not saying that we're away from Europe. I'm just saying that mainland European countries. Okay, so mainland European countries often have their main meal, I've heard, in the at lunchtime. Yeah, so to eat the main food at lunch, the biggest portion of food at lunch. Is this true, guys? So Jocelyn, when is your main meal?
In the main meal, we eat in a starter cooked pork meat
Yeah,
or vegetable.
yeah.
After we eat meat or fish. After we eat food or cream or apple pie.
Okay, something like this. And what time would you eat this main meal?
What?
What time would you eat this food? The most food. At what time of the day would you eat the most food?
At 12 a.m.
At 12 a.m. or so.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So at 12 a.m. You'd eat the main food.
Okay.
Therefore, yeah, it's true. Yeah. So, like I said, a lot of Europeans, mainland Europeans, have the main food at kind of like this time rather than the evening. In Spain too, as well, I think. Yeah. So the main food will be kind of in the lunchtime, the midday, rather than in the evening. We have our main, and it's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, because you need the energy in the day, not when you're going to sleep. So I don't understand why we have it that way. But we eat little food at lunch and more food in the evening, which for me doesn't make sense. I'd like to eat lots of food all the time. But anyway, Nihan, what about you in your country? Do you eat the main meal at lunchtime?
Unfortunately, in the evening, we always eat, and all of the family gathering the table and eat heavy foods in my country. I ate at 7 p.m. In the evening, and I prefer white meal like chicken or fish. Fish is very common here, but at the rest of my country they ate very heavy foods in the evening, and they are a little bit fat.
Okay, yes, it links quite directly. Okay, and what about you, Andrew? Is the main meal in the evening?
No, no, I have my main meal from it usually depends on my daily routine, but I have it from 1 to 4 p.m.
1 to 4 p.m. would be your main meal, yeah? And it kind of makes sense. I think it would make more sense to have the most food in the middle of the day when you need it. Okay, so Daniel's writing some Russian. Is it okay, Andrew? What's he saying?
Sorry?
Andrew, Daniel was writing some Russian.
Yeah.
Is it rude or is it okay?
No, it's okay.
Cool. Okay, if it's rude, tell me. Cool. So, don't offend each other, guys. Make jokes, yes, but don't offend each other. Okay, so let's go on. So, uh, if mum's late home from work, she doesn't bother to cook. We just get a takeaway. A takeaway is very, very common. So usually people are lazy, so they phone the nice Chinese shop or the nice Indian shop and get Indian takeaway or Chinese takeaway or fish and chips. These kind of foods are takeaway foods. Okay, foods that you phone, usually the most popular, I would say in order, are Indian food, then Chinese food, then fish and chips. And you phone them up and you say, oh, pizza, I forgot pizza. No, in fact, I would say Indian food, pizza, Chinese food, fish and chips. That order, I would say, yeah, it's the most popular, but it depends. And you would phone the shop up and say, yeah, can I have this? They would deliver it to you, yeah, and you get the food at home. That's quite common. There's takeaway shops. So if you can't be bothered to cook, to not be bothered to do something. Do you know what this means?
Yeah.
To not.
Yeah. Don't be bothered. It means she doesn't even think what she has to cook for dinner. Yeah. She just can buy some fast food. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you can't be bothered to do something, I can't be bothered today, meaning you have no motivation to cook. You have no motivation to do something. I can't be bothered to go to work today. Means I don't want to. Okay, so I have no desire to go to work. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered is common to say I don't have the energy to. I can't be bothered. You could say to me, Marty, I can't be bothered to speak English today. Yeah, meaning I don't feel like it. Okay. But Nihan sent us a photo. I'll say hello to Narendra. But in the meantime, I'm just going to open this picture so everyone can see. Narendra, good to speak with you again. Oh, Nihan, that is amazing. Oh, don't do this to me. I've got one more class before I can eat. What is it? So
we always ordered it when we are lazy. We cannot prepare something. It's called pide. It's a traditional no, pide.
Okay, no.
Pide. It's very similar to pizza, but the ingredients are different. You can use cheese, or you can use ground beef, and many different ingredients it includes. It's not very heavy that it looks like heavy, but it's not. But you cannot prepare it in the home. It's hard. It's a special preparing system.
Yeah. So you have to order it in and things, but it looks very, very delicious. And this would be like a takeaway food, yeah? So it's quite common in your country as well. We eat many Indian food or Chinese food as the takeaway foods. But would you say, Andrew, in Russia it's popular to get a takeaway food? Oh, Daniel, no, it's okay. I was just seeing because I don't know if you're writing swear words in Russian. I just didn't understand what the words were. So don't worry, Daniel. I don't think you offended anyone, right? Is it okay? I think it's all right. Okay, so Andrew, what are popular takeaway foods in your country?
Takeaway foods, yeah. You know, to be honest, hamburgers have become very popular nowadays because of McDonald's. How can I say it? Outlet or chain outlets, yeah.
So chain stores, chain restaurants and things, yeah.
Restaurants. Yeah.
Okay, so it's becoming quite common. What food would you say you mainly eat? Yeah, from the takeaway places.
Martin, do you mean takeaway places? Some
takeaway places like,
yes?
For example,
you can take food with yourself, yeah.
But no. Usually, for example, I'll show you a takeaway restaurant in the UK. Usually, they're special shops. They're not restaurants as such. They're just shops where they specialize just in delivering food. Yeah, so I'll show you Indian takeaway. There's so many in the UK because Indian food is the most popular food. It's a bit like this. Let me share my screen. Okay, so it's like okay, this is a restaurant, but the restaurants can also have this. It's basically a small shop like this. I like this name, British Raj. Yeah, that's a cool name. And look, as you can see in the shop, there's nowhere to sit. Yeah, it's just basically they deliver. So you can go into this this takeaway shop and you can say, right, I want this. They'll make it for you and you take it home. You take it away. You eat it at home, or you can phone them up and they'll deliver.
Yeah, I got now. Maybe it's some kind of cafeteria, yeah, when there are no chairs and tables, yeah. It's like
Yeah, you just go and you take the food home.
no, I even don't know
Like
how to
this.
explain this. It's some sort of sandwiches. It's some sort of sandwiches like hamburgers or some salads. I think
Things like this.
it's the same as in Britain.
So it'd be similar, and food comes like this. They package it in like foil cartons, and usually the common time for this would be Friday evenings. It's a good thing to do with friends. You grab a movie and you grab a takeaway. So you would order lots of food, usually Chinese or Indian food, and you just watch a film and you drink beer, this kind of thing, because no one wants to cook in these situations. Yeah, so it's quite common, but actually I have to say it can be quite expensive. You know, last takeaway I bought was for 2 people, bought £30. So £30 is in dollars, maybe $45. I was surprised. I didn't expect it to be that much, but this was in London, so I should have guessed. But I was like, they said £30, please. I was like, what? Because the food was not so special. It was just basic food, you know, and I was really surprised. But it depends where you go. But usually it can be cheap, can be expensive, it depends. But it's a surprise if you didn't see the price before, certainly. Okay, so Jocelyn, what about in France? Are takeaway shops that popular? Takeaway shops.
Please, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. So takeaway shops, these kind of shops where you order the food, and yeah, it comes like this. Is it common, or when people want to eat out, they'll just go to a restaurant? This is a way of avoiding sitting down in a restaurant. You can just sit at home, eat how you like. You don't have to, you know, eat politely. You can just eat. Yeah, it's more comfortable at home, maybe. So, Jocelyn, do you have these kind of shops in France?
In France, we prefer to go to restaurant. It's rarely to take away the meal at home.
Yeah. I guess it's also because maybe British are too reserved, shy. They much prefer to eat at home than in a restaurant. Although restaurants are very popular as well, yeah. So it depends. You can eat at the restaurant or you can take it away. It also means you can do things like watch a movie at the same time as eating to be more efficient. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So I don't know. 1,500 rubles. It sounds a lot in your currency, actually. Yes. 1,500. It's a lot. Yes.
That's the ratio, of course.
So the exchange rate. Okay, so that's that. We've run out of time, guys. Actually, I was going to go to the next one. Very interesting speaking with you all, and I hope to speak with you later. I've got a class straight after on British slang if you're interested. Okay, so please feel free to join in if you want.
Thank you for the class.
Thank you.
Take care.